Good morning, team. James Buchanan here. I want to throw a video together this morning, and there are some issues about the support system. I'm up bright and early. As you can see over here, it is 4:36 a.m. It's getting a little discerning when trying to help some people, and it's evidently the message is not getting through. So I want to make a video for everyone. I've covered this in I believe it was a couple of hangouts about what to do when you have a problem with the site. There's some things I just want to go over to make sure everybody's understanding, everybody's on the same page, how simple it really is. Excuse me. I'm going to go open my browser here. I use Chrome when accessing the Infinity Downline site. Also, you should never, let me say that again, you should never be going to the website from your link or a link. I know a lot of you are still doing that. I've also covered that in other videos, other training videos, other hangouts. You want to go directly to the website and log in. So I open browser up. I'm going to type in infinitydownline.com. Okay, that's going to take directly to the website, and it's not going to say there's a sponsor up there. Which is what we want. We don't want to complicate this and make it any more complicated than what it has to be. As you can see right there, it says referred by no sponsor because we went directly to infinitydownline.com. So once you type infinitydownline.com in, you are basically at the site, and it says referred by no sponsor. You should not be using any type of link to access the website, period. The only reason why you should use a link is if you are going to join and create an account. You will have that referral link, and that will take you, to basically everyone has the same website. That's going to take you to your sponsor's website. So it's going to have their name up here, their information. I'm going to cover a couple of things about that too as well, but you click login. I mean, it's that simple. Infinity Downline, click login, put your username and password in there. Okay, I'm going to put mine in, my password, and click enter. It's that simple, okay? So, as you can see, everyone is well aware, my sponsor was Jen Roberts. So that was another thing that I've covered in, many training videos, many other hangouts. It doesn't matter who your sponsor is. Everybody thinks, well, oh, your sponsor is the one that's going to make all the money. It's getting everything. The reverse two-up system doesn't work that way. I surpassed Jen Roberts probably within the first month. Your business is based on what you do yourself. Not has nothing to do with your sponsor. Your sponsor is not getting anything, from you other than those two qualifying pass ups. That's it ever. Each and every new member, will pass you two people, and that's how the system works is, when I joined, I passed two people to my sponsor, and each and every person that joins me, they pass me two people. When someone joins you, that person will pass you two people, so on and so forth. But it's not just any one person. It's not a multi-level company to where there's just one person at the top collecting all the money. It's not You know, I hear that all the time. Well, it's a pyramid. There is no pyramid because there is no one person who's at the top. This business is based on what you do, not what anyone else does, but what you do. So, with that being said, you know, if you're not doing anything with the business, therefore I mean, you're simply not going to see any results. You know, it's your business. You know, if I'm not promoting my business, if I'm not doing anything with my business, you know, I'm not going to get business. Period. You know, that's the way it works. And you know, I'm going to go over that a little bit more in detail too. But the whole reason why I'm here this morning, if you encounter any problem within infinitydownline.com, the website itself, they have a support system. Okay, it's right here in the support tab. You have a problem whatsoever, you know, I've said in numerous videos, you know, I'm not a moderator of infinitydownline.com. I'm not an administrator. There, you know, I can't correct any problems that happens within the system, within the website. You know, I'm not the owner of the website or an administrator or, you know, anyone that can take care of issues within the website. I don't have access like that. I'm a member just like you are. Therefore, you know, I don't have any capability of getting in and correcting anything within the website. You know, that has to be done through support. That's the reason why they have the support here. So you simply click on the support tab. It's going to open up into a new window, which you already know that Multiplex Systems Incorporated owns Infinity Downline. So they have their own support system to take care of any issues, you know, within the website. So if you haven't already made an account, you know, you'll have to make an account to open a support ticket. So, you know, that's simply creating an account. It's an email and a password, just like, you know, just like you did with making an Infinity account. You have to have a support account to submit a ticket. Okay. So, like I said, I've covered this in a couple of other videos. I think they were Hangouts, but I'm going to go ahead and put my email in there. In other words, my account. And I'm going to go ahead and log into the support system. Okay. And put the password in there. Okay, now before I hit enter here and log into Support Suite, you know, the 16th of this month, guys, I have been a member of Infinity Downline for 8 months. 8 months of being a member, let me say that again, I've only had, you know, a couple of problems within the site itself in 8 months. Okay, there are some of you that has had nothing but problems. You know, you've only been a member a couple weeks and you've had nothing but constant problems. Supposedly, you know, within the site, this had happened, that had happened, so on and so forth. Guys, I have not had any problems within, you know, the system itself, within the website, other than a couple of problems, and you know, I haven't had any trouble whatsoever. But it seems like there are a select few that is nothing but problems, you know, and I don't understand because, like I said, it's really it's really simple. But guys, you know, errors are going to happen. You know, glitches are going to happen. You know, things are going to happen from time to time. And I mean, I have no control over. I have no control over the website. Um, so I've already got my email, as you can see up here, my password put in. I'm gonna hit enter. That's gonna show basically my history, you know, over the past 8 months. So I'm gonna click view tickets. These are the tickets that I have opened. So as you can see, I only got 2 tickets here. One was on December 5th. One was on December 24th of last year. Okay, so that was 5 months ago. There was a problem right before Christmas. People were trying to access the site, and it was down for like 2 days, and they kept getting the forbidden error. As you can see, this was the title of the ticket open, getting forbidden error when members are trying to join, and it was a problem within the website. Okay, they corrected that, and my people were able to get signed up and join. So support wrote me back. They told me what was going on. The problem was, taken care of, and it the status is closed. Okay, I had another problem. Now let me explain this, guys. I had another problem where I had I believe a level 3 pass up. He wanted to sign his fourth person, and the fourth person, for some reason, didn't show up on my downline correctly. It actually went to him. Um, and like I said, I've only had a couple of problems. He did not show, the pass app did not show, correctly through the system. And, the member wrote me and he's like, hey, wait a minute, why did this, go to me? It should have went to you, so on and so forth. And I simply told him, the same thing I'm telling you right now. Go here in the support suite, open up a ticket, and it will, they will get it corrected. So what had happened was, for some reason, through the website, it did not process correctly, and the member also opened up the ticket, and they were able to take care of this through his ticket and not my ticket. But it was all taken care of. The problem was remedied in like 36 hours. He wrote them, opened up the ticket, explained exactly what had happened, give all the information in there. Guys, when you're opening a support ticket, they have priorities on how to set when you submit it, the level of priority, in other words. So if you don't put like emergency or urgent up there, they're not gonna, that those are the tickets that they're gonna respond to first. So let me go back, and I will show you that. Like I said, I went through all this again, but evidently it wasn't, somebody maybe didn't find it, or I just want to make sure this is directly just for support here. So what you want to do is it's going to ask you what department for this ticket. So here we go. As you can see, these are all the websites that Multiplex owns. So you want to make sure you go to infinitydownline.com, put a check there. You're going to go next. Okay, and right here, see where it says priority general information. You want to make sure you either set that to critical, emergency, urgent. Okay. If you set it to critical, this is the order that they're going to respond to those tickets: critical, emergency, urgent, high, medium, and low. So if you're looking for an immediate response, my advice is put that to critical or emergency. Explain what the problem. Put a subject cover. Explain exactly what the problem is, and click submit. Excuse me, guys. But I mean, it's that simple. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my tickets. Go back one more time. Sorry, I'm still trying to wake up, guys. Like I said, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning to make videos to clear up any confusion within the group. So I'm going to go back to my tickets. And like I said here, it was back in December. So I've had two problems basically, myself, to where I had to open a ticket up. Now, I did have another member. He was a member for months, and I'm going to explain this to you. He was a member for months, so that means, with that first week, I believe he gave me, his number 2, his number 4 were passed up to me. Everything was fine. He's signing people. He had built a good downline. He was making, good money. And for some reason, one of his pass ups, I believe it was his number 4, she canceled through the website and completely removed herself from the program. When Let me explain this so you're entirely on the same page and you understand. When someone removes themselves from the program, okay, the website will view. Say my number 4 just removed himself from the program. He quit. Totally removed his account. Everything. The next person that I'm going to sign, the system sees that as I did not refer my fourth person. So that means if I've already signed over 100 people. Okay, guys. So that means if my number 4 or number 2 was to completely delete their account, remove themselves within the system, um, that means the next person I'm going to sign, the system sees as that's an empty slot, and that I didn't, pass a person up like I'm supposed to within the system. So the next person who's going to sign is actually going to go to my sponsor for that slot to be filled again. Um, you have to have those 2 qualifiers. Period. So there's a lot of confusion on that. Well, I don't understand about the qualify. You have to have 2 qualifiers. In other words, 2 people that are passed to your sponsor. So for some reason, if someone removes themselves that was a pass up from the system is going to place another person in that spot because that's how the system is set up, a reverse 2-up system. So I actually had the member, it might have been like his 80th member that he signed. Well, because his number 4 actually deleted her account, completely removed herself within the Infinity Downline system, the next person he signed actually went to me and then went into that number 4 spot. And, he got rather upset with it. And again, come to me and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't, I'm not the moderator of infinitydownline.com. You're going to have to open a support ticket and explain the problem and tell them what's going on. And come to find out, that's exactly what happened. Which, he was sort of upset a little bit, but it was no big deal. He's like, well, that's fine. As I just needed to know what was going on. And, he simply just moved on with that. And it wasn't that big of a deal. Um, it's not that big of a deal to me if, that was to happen to me. Like I said, I've already, signed up over 100 people. I've got hundreds of people in my downline. So, uh, I mean, and like I said, guys, look, things are going to happen within the website itself. Um, within Infinity Downline. There's going to be errors. There's going to be glitches every now and again. But guys, I have not had hardly any problems. And it seems like there are a few people that's all they have here in the group is nothing but problems with the website. And I just I'm in awe of it because I've been a member for 8 months and no problems. Except a couple. And guys, like I said, this is the easiest thing in the world. Don't complicate it. Don't make it any more complicated than what it already is. Okay. So another thing I want to go over too is everyone has the same sign up link. Okay. So let me go back. Let me log in and just let me show you this. Okay. Go ahead and put my password back in. Okay, so as you can see right here, it says your link to promote is, okay? So everyone has a referral link, okay? So correct? So I want to explain this so everyone realizes this too. Everyone has the same sign up link. Okay, let me say that one more time. Everyone has the same sign up link. The only difference is right here at the very end to where it says question mark ID equals this right here is going to make your sign up link. So after the equal sign is going to be your username to the account you created. So say I created, Facebook James over here as my username. So after equal, it's going to say Facebook James and not residual income now 69. That is going to be my sign up link. People, www.infinitydownline.com is everyone's sign up link. Everyone has the same except your username. Okay? Realize that too. Everyone has the same sign up link. The only difference is your username here at the end. Okay? Another thing I want to cover in this video, do not, let me say that again, do not be creating accounts for your signups. There are some people that have actually created the accounts for their sign up. In other words, they went in, they put the information, they created a username, they created a password for one of their signups, and basically you're having all the account information and creating an account. Uh, do not do that. And the reason why I say that is if you have someone's password to, I don't have passwords to anyone's account. Okay, period. If something happens, within the account or whatever, guess what? You're going to get blamed. You had the password to that account. I don't have any password. I do not give my passwords out. They're my accounts. My PayPal account, my Infinity Downline account, that's my account. It's no one else's. If some people, if they can't figure out how easy it is just to create an Infinity account, maybe they don't need to be doing this business. Okay, I have people that they're sign up and paid within less than 2 minutes. Let me say that again, in less than 2 minutes. That's how easy it is. It doesn't take, hours. It doesn't take a half an hour to sign up and pay. It doesn't take, 3 days. It doesn't take a week. It can be done in less than 2 minutes. 2 minutes, create the account, put all the information in the profile section, hit update, and pay. That's how quick it is. Um, so that's another thing. And like I said, I make this stuff to bring you information. You don't have to do what I'm saying here. It's totally up to you. I'm giving you the information because I know what works and what doesn't work. It's up to you to what you want to choose to do. Plain and simple. Um, but I don't suggest doing that because that just creates confusion. Plain and simple. Now, guys, when you're signing up someone or they went in there, they should always see your name up here at the top. So if I take my link here, okay, and I go through it up here, my name better be up there at the top. Okay, there you go. It says referred by. Another thing to save problems. If you're a new member, um, goes to create the account and it has my name up here instead of, your name, for example. Whoa, you stop right there before the account is even created. Okay. Um, and like I said, sometimes there's going to be glitches within the system, so on and so forth. But it seems like there's only a select few people that are having so many problems. Um, you always want to make sure that your name is the sponsor name up here before an account is created. Um, I've like I told you, I've had two problems basically over 8 months. Not constant problems within a website every day, every week, every month. And those problems occurred 5 months ago. 5 months ago, 5 months, guys, with absolutely no problems within a website for me, absolutely none. Um, And like I said, it seems like there's a select few people that it seems like all there is all there is nothing but problems, and I don't understand what's going on. But if you have a problem, simply hit that support tab and fill out a support ticket, and let the team, the support team, do their job and take care of the problem. That's what they're there for. That's the reason why there is a support tab there. Any problems within a website should be addressed through the support system. That is why the support system is there. Going into our Facebook group, posting or asking questions within the Infinity Downline website, no one there can help you with that. That's the reason why there is a support system within the website. Okay, so our Facebook group is basically uh, to support one another when it comes to Facebook promoting how the business works on Facebook. It's not there for infinitydownline.com, problem questions, or thinking there's anybody in the group or me or anybody else that can take care of your problem within the website. Where there's nobody that is an administrator within the group that is an administrator of infinitydownline.com. And like I said, I realize there's going to be questions and there's going to be problems, yeah. Um, but my experience, I'm telling you, I've had two problems within 8 months, plain and simple. And when those problems occurred, I simply went to support and they were, straightened out. So that's how you take care of that. I've already went through the Infinity back office tour. So I'm gonna hit my stats here. So guys, I'm up to almost $28,000, as you can see right there. Um, you know, uh, Man, I don't even know where to go on the next topic. Other than I've seen some comments in the group here within the past couple days about I can't get anyone to sign. No one's I can't get anyone to sign. I'm not making any money. Blah 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 blah. Our Facebook group is not to go in and complain. Uh, it's not a complaint group. And the people, I'm going to tell you right now, the people that, if you're going in there complaining and saying that you're not getting anyone to sign with you, but yet, myself or someone else goes and looks at your timeline and you said something about the business 2 weeks ago, that is why you're not getting anyone to sign. People, you don't realize that it's a business. So if you're going on Facebook and you said, "Hey, I joined this new business. It's a great opportunity. Contact me, inbox me for more information. I can get you started." And then, guys, you let 2 weeks, 3 weeks go by, and you haven't said anything about your business. I'm going to tell you right now, people are not going to take you seriously, and you're not going to get anybody to join. You get out of this business what you put into it. So I'm going to tell you what, when I had my fabrication business, um, we did not advertise. People did not know that we were even there. Okay. I put a listing into the phone book. People would be like, "Well, I didn't even know." They would call and they'd be like, "Well, we didn't even realize that you were there in that building." It's the same exact thing, guys, with Infinity Downline. If if you make a business post and say something about the business, and you wait 2 or 3 weeks later to say something about it again, people are not going to take you seriously. It'll be like, well, maybe that was a joke, she posted up, or you have to take this serious. It's a business. So that means if you're not saying something about the business at least 5 or 6 times a day, each and every day, 7 days a week after week, month after month, okay, you're not going to get results. Number two, if you're going into the group and you're complaining about you're not getting anyone to sign up, how many promoted posts have you done? I covered that in every training video. People go, well, what is a promoted post? Well, there's only like 10 videos and training videos that show you exactly what a promoted post is and how to go about doing it. My techniques, my strategies have produced results. If you're not promoting a post, in other words, if you're not going, taking a picture, tagging 50 people, and then paying $6.99 to promote that post to keep it up in the news feed at the very top for 24 hours, guys, you're not going to get any business. Business is about advertising your business so you can get business. Okay? Plain and simple. That is business. If you're not promoting your business, how do people even know you have a business? Okay? So if you're going on Facebook saying, okay, well, my little boy, uh, did so and so today. Here's a picture. This is what I had for dinner. I went and did this today. All this happened to me. But you're not saying anything about the business. Now, this is where I'm totally confused. You have time to make a post about what you had for dinner, or you know, taking a selfie. You got time to post that, but you don't have time to post about your business. And then you want to complain about you can't get business, guys. It's simple math. So, just think about it. It's a business. If you're not promoting that business, if you're not basically advertising that you have a business, how do people know that you even have a business? Period. It's that simple. Don't come into the group complaining about you're not getting signups when you're not even taking your own business serious. Therefore, anybody else is not going to take you serious. Guys, I say something about my business at least 5 to 6 times a day, if not more. Okay, it's just like it's a natural thing to me, just like posting what I had for dinner. Okay, I post for what I had for dinner, and hey, this is what I made in residual income today. You have you have to want the business, like I told you, like you want air to breathe. If you take it that serious and make it your number one priority, you're going to be successful with this business. If you don't, simply you're not. That's how it works. And that's with any business. I don't give a shit if it's Infinity Downline. I don't care if it's you out here in a traditional marketplace in a building. Let's say you opened a hair salon. Okay. Example, you open the hair salon, you do not advertise. Do you think anybody's going to come into that hair salon if nobody even knows, number one, where the location is, that you're even open, what your hours of business are, so on and so forth? Do you actually think that you would get business? No. It's the same way, guys. Think about it. Like I said, this is not complicated. If you're not promoting your business, if you're not advertising your business, you're not going to get business. Number two is when it comes to promoting, I'm constantly telling you, I see many of you, you're not making a sponsor post. You're simply, saying something on your timeline, which is, that's what I do. But there comes a point, I have 2,400 friends, there comes a point to where basically you're preaching to the choir. So let me say that again. You're preaching to the choir. In other words, people see those business posts day in and day out, 7 days a week, okay, and they're not interested. So any successful business, you have to be getting yourself in front of new people, in front of new audiences. Okay, so that means, hey, I opened a hair salon. I'm going to take out a newspaper ad in, the local newspaper. Hey, I'm going to take out a newspaper ad in the next biggest city over, so people know that I even have a business. Okay, it's the same exact thing. If you're not getting yourself in front of new people to let them know that you have a business, how are they going to join you? Okay? That is the whole key. That's the reason why I do sponsored promoted posts. That gets my post out to 10,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 new people that's never heard of Infinity Downline before. They're like, hey, what is that? Or how are you making this money? So on and so forth. That's how I continually sign people, guys. So, a little word of advice: if you're not promoting your business, if you're not saying something about it, you're not going to get business. Okay, like I said, I try to help everyone, but basically, you have to help yourself. I can't force anybody, to listen to me to do, these things. But I mean, if you're serious and you want to make money, then you're gonna take my advice because I've been there and done that. Um, that's all I can say about that. And like I said, our support group is not there for it's not there for bitching sessions. It's not there for negativity. I'm just simply not going to allow it. And it's rather discerning. It's rather upsetting when there's a select few of people. It seems like there's nothing but problems, and don't go into the group and tag me in a post, or when something happens within the website, do not go in there and act like it's my fault, or I had something to do with it, or I profited or something from it, or I have no control over the infinitydownline.com site. So I'm just not going to tolerate some of the ignorance that seems like it's been going on over the past couple of days. And, it's rather discerning too because, it's a holiday weekend, and it seems like no matter the moment I leave my house, the moment that I'm spending family time with my family, it seems like that's when all these problems pop up. Um, y- you know, and like I said, I will try to help everyone. It will be addressed. But guys, I simply just can't drop everything that I'm doing to get you an immediate response. If you message me and I don't get right back to you, um, you know, I will get back to you as soon as I can. There's not, I mean, you have to understand that. If you message me and I don't get back to you right away, don't message Vanessa and ask her the same exact question. Guys, we're together, so that means um, it's basically the same thing as messaging me. So I mean, I don't understand the point in that. It's not going to get you, an answer any quick. And like I said, the support system is here. That's the reason why it's there, for a reason. Okay. The Facebook group is there, to ask questions and to support one another as far as, promoting of the business. If you have questions on, well, this happened here on Facebook, and there's some things I do know, guys, that I can help you with as far as, some of the website, but I can't change anything that happened within the website. You have to understand that too. People message me all the time. Well, the website is saying this, and this happened. This member is trying to sign up, and this is the message she's getting. Okay, well, what do you want me to do about that? Because I have no control over the website. That's what you're not getting. There's nothing that I can do to remedy that situation. Um, and like I said, I'm happy to help everyone, but you have to realize that I can't help you with something that I have no control over. So it's pointless. I mean, I cannot do anything within the website. Guys, that's the reason why, I made the first 7 days of Infinity Downline and put the server errors up there because I was constantly getting, oh, I can't log in. This and that. Well, what's going on? It was the constant same questions over and over again about the website. About you might get a max user, error. You might get the site might be down for they might be doing updates on the site, so on and so forth. And guys, realize too, when you sign someone up, depending on how many people are on the website, it might take a little time for a person to show up in your downline. It's not that big of a deal. Don't freak out over it if it doesn't happen immediately. There are over 250,000 people logged into Infinity Downline. Imagine the traffic that the server. I mean, it's going to get jammed up. It's going to take a little time to process the information through the system, through the server, things to get updated, so on and so forth. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Don't freak out over it. Don't throw a fit. It's just a natural process of, I might sign someone, they might not show up until the next day. It's not that big of a deal. Um, so, I mean, don't freak out over it. Don't, there's nothing, it's not that big of a, issue. I mean, it will, if, something doesn't show up on your account within a week, then there's a problem, okay? Um, then you can, like I said, open a support ticket, so on and so forth. It can be taken care of. But this is not. Sometimes, depending on the traffic, it's not an instant thing to where it's going to be there for you to view. You have to let the system update and process the information that you're putting into it. Okay. Uh, okay. It is. Wow. It is 5:17 a.m. Um, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover in this video. Guys, like I said, the group is there to support one another. There's a lot of people. There's some people that I've added here within the past couple weeks that are still continuing to view new members. Guys, we can all see, who's seen it. Welcome post. If you see the welcome post, simply please type welcome. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. I've got people that I've added here within the past month. They see each and every post and haven't said a word in the group. They haven't welcomed a single person. Okay? The group is there for everyone, to be productive and make money and to help one another. Uh, I just don't get it. You know, we keep saying the same things over and over and over again. And like I said, I'm here to help you to be successful. But I mean, you have to take it upon yourself, and want that for it to happen, guys. I mean, nobody can do that for you. Nobody can hand that to you. When I joined up under Jen Roberts, uh, she didn't promote my business. She didn't get my business for me. I had to do that. I mean, it's my business. I would not think that I would go start, example again, a hair salon and think that someone else is going to get me business and do it for me. I would not think that I did not have to, go to work at that hair salon and take care of customers and do what needs to be done, that someone else is just going to do that and then I'm going to see the money from that. It's just ludicrous. It doesn't work that way. If I open up a hair salon next to Walmart, Walmart's not going to promote for me. Walmart is not going to take care of those people, those customers for me, and then me get the money from it. It's a business, guys. Okay, so people for some reason think that an online business, that the rules are totally different and does not apply, for online business. It's the exact same thing. It's a business, period. It doesn't matter if it's online business or offline business. It's still a business. That means you must promote that business. You must advertise that business. You must be getting new customers. You need to be getting that business seen by new people every day. It's the same exact thing, guys. So, like I said, I try to help everyone. That's the whole reason why these videos are made. But like I said, it's a little discerning. People act like, that I should drop everything and get back to them when they ask a question of me immediately. Like I said, realize, this was a holiday weekend. You know, the reason why I have busted my freaking ass for 8 months is so I can do what I want, how I want, when, you know, have the time to spend with my family. That's what this business is all about, having the freedom to spend with your friends and family and have an income. Okay? So that means I busted my ass for 8 months to make sure that I can take a holiday weekend off, not have to sit here and make this video, not have to, you know, go and do things, you know, on a holiday weekend, and simply, you know, should be able to do this when I want, not when someone is forcing me to. Um, so it's a little bit discerning. Like I said, you know, I don't put anyone on blast. I could have named names in this video. I don't. I simply don't do that. It's just it's you know it's not good business practice. Okay, so you know don't like I said don't go tag me in something and you know try to put me on blast in the group or you know it's simply not going to happen. Like I said, negativity. I surround myself with positive people, successful people. You know, that's how I become successful. That's who I want around me. I don't tolerate negativity. I don't tolerate, uh, you know, down talk. It's non-productive. Okay, it doesn't accomplish anything. I don't tolerate drama. You know, that's not a business practice. So, with that being said, you know, I've guys, we've went through hundreds of people in this group and out of this group and you know that's simply why people like I tell you, I don't even know what your why was, why you joined Infinity Downline. You know, if you joined up and you've made one business post in a month and then you go in the group saying you can't get any signups, you know, that's just ludicrous. That's exactly why you're not getting any signups. Okay, you're not promoting your business. Not promoting your business equals no business. Um, you know, and like I said, I'm not going to tolerate the negativity. It affects everyone. uh, it brings, especially, you have to think about what you're doing because new people are being added to the group. So you know you not only when you do something like that, you're not only confusing them, you're making things 10 times hard, because they're already trying to learn, and you're throwing, you know, crazy shit up in the group, and it just, you know, if you private message me, I will get back to you, you know, when I can. Um, and I get back to everyone. You got to understand there's 2,400 people on my friends list, okay? And guys, I'm not lying. You can ask Vanessa this. I get at least 100 to 150 messages a day. So it's going to take me a little while to get back to everyone. Um, you know, but you are replied to. Let me put it that way. So don't freak out if you message me and then think that you know you're going to get an immediate response. I usually go in the order that the messages come in and get back to everyone. So with that being said as well, I'm going to go ahead and tie this video up. Guys, you know, there are people also I see taking leadership within the group. Uh, you know, and that is the most awesomest thing. The best feeling in the world is to see people succeed, see people be a leader, see people take it by the bull by the horns and be a leader. You know, that's what you need to do in this business. You have to be a leader as well, because how are you going to build your team and lead your team if you don't even know what's going on? You know, I'm constantly telling you guys to educate yourself, and not only from me. From go directly to YouTube, there are thousands of videos you can watch and educate yourself and learn something new every day. I do it. I do it every day, every single day. Every single day, I'm learning something new. Like I told you in my last video, I'm not an internet guru. I'm not the go-to person that knows every answer to every question. You know, I'm not an infinitydownline.com moderator and administrator. I have no control over the website. So questions about that cannot even be addressed because no one's an administrator. Um, so, like I said, guys, you're gonna have to start using what God gave you in that brain up there. It's really a simple, easy business, and people complicate it, make it hard. The people that say one thing about the business in a month are the ones that are crying foul. I can't get anyone to sign up, so on and so forth. It's the same things over and over again. So guys, look, you want to be successful, you better be promoting posts. I told you at least twice a week. You better be paying $6.99, promoting a post, getting your post seen by at least 10,000, 50,000 people twice a week. You better set yourself a goal of getting yourself in front of 100,000 new people each and every week. So if you want to be successful, I just told you the key to success on Facebook right there. Getting yourself in front of new people. If you're not getting your posts in front of 100,000 people a week, and I didn't told you the numbers on. It doesn't matter any network marketing business. It doesn't care. I don't care if it was my fabrication business. Okay, the numbers are you will contact 100 people to get 20 people interested to get 5 people signed up. Okay, that's the exact same thing I had to do when I had my fabrication trailer business. I had to contact 100 different boat manufacturers to get 10 interested to get one contract, guys. Plain and simple. It's the numbers no matter what business. And like I said, I'm tired of people saying, "Well, this don't work. This is a scam. This is guys, it's not the business don't work, it's that you don't work. Period. It's a business. If you don't work that business, you get no business. So, with that being said, I'm out of here. I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of my holiday weekend today. Today is Memorial Day. Um, so thankful. Uh, my dad served in the armed services. He served in the Navy. So thankful for all the people of the armed services and what they've done for this country. Without them, we would not have the freedom uh, to even have an online business. So, something to think about today. I told everybody, you're promoting hard every day, to take a step back over the weekend. It was a holiday weekend. Take a step back, kind of enjoy the weekend, enjoy the holiday. And guys, that's what I'm trying to do and realize that. I'm trying to be with my family. Like I said, it is a holiday weekend. And here I am up at 4:30 in the morning, addressing concerns and questions. So that just goes to show the level of dedication that I have. That's the reason why I've been successful, uh, because I am so dedicated. Okay, guys, I'm getting out of here. Happy Memorial Day, and be productive today. Like I said, I'm seeing a bunch of new leaders take charge, and it's really a great feeling. So, guys, be productive and have a good Memorial Day. And just like I said, a shout out to all the men and women of the armed services, because without you, the freedom we had will not would not be possible whatsoever. Okay, guys, happy Memorial Day. We'll be talking to you coming out to. I will post in the group about when the hangout is going to be this week. Peace, guys.